Oh, there we go. All right. Before we get to that, just a reminder that Salesforce is a publicly traded company, and so please make any of your purchasing decisions based on currently available technology and products. I am Kate Lassard. I am lead admin evangelist here on the admin relations team at Salesforce, and I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about myself because we only have 20 minutes together today. But I did put a QR code up there to my LinkedIn if you have any questions after the presentation, or if you want to connect, go ahead and let me know, and we'll be able to answer any of those questions. And let's start off with a big attitude of gratitude. Thank you so much all for being here, for investing in yourself, for taking the time to come to learn at an event like this. I know that many of you travel in from out of town. You're taking time away from work and from your personal lives. So really appreciate you being here and putting the time into attending this session and choosing this over all of the amazing options that you have. So today we are going to talk engaging stakeholders all the way from a first demo all the way to deployment and how we can do that. This topic is really important to me because I was really recently in your shoes. I was an admin, I was a consultant, I only joined Salesforce in August. And it was really important when I would come, especially to events like this, to be able to take something back to my team and show the ROI and what I had learned. So my whole goal today, and every time I put together a presentation, is to have something that you can take back, that you can put to work in your organization, whether you are a solo admin, work with a large team, if you're with a consulting firm, that you can actually put this to practice and demonstrate why it's important to come to events like this and how you can be really productive. I also think it's really important because as admins, as developers, architects, builders, configurators, however you identify yourself, we have all of these incredible resources and opportunities to get started with Agentforce. We have Trailhead, we have events like this, we have hands-on workshops. So we are feeling good about creating agents. But maybe others at our organization are not and don't understand why this is important and what we're doing. And so how do we take ourselves out of this kind of vacuum that we're living in and be able to engage others with leadership and in your organization to be able to make that value statement? So today we're going to break down stakeholder engagement into 3 categories. We're going to start with the demo, gaining buy-in. Move it into trial, which is actually making this out in your org with your use case, and then all the way to deployment and being able to have an active adoption. So we'll start off with demo, and it has been my personal experience that what really gains stakeholder engagement is having a strong upfront demo. Really having people understand the purpose, the need, why we're doing this, why it's important, and then being able to take them along the journey with you. So we're gonna spend quite a bit of time in this first category. And with any emerging technology, you know, AI and Agentforce can feel really overwhelming. And if you're not in the loop and you don't understand how it works and you're not the one who's hands on the keyboard, it can feel scary and that can feel like a risk to bring that to your organization. So a strong demo is going to help gain that comfort level with your stakeholders. All right. We'll talk about the actual demo on the next slide, but I really think it's important as you get into a demo to answer 4 key questions. And I actually like to use these almost as an agenda when I'm leading a demo. And that's, what is it? What is this technology? We assume that people know what Agentforce is because we're living in it every day, but maybe others at your organization don't. So start with the basics, lay the foundation. Then get into why it's important. What does this mean overall? And what does this mean for our organization and for us? Why is it different? Why is it different from what we're doing now? Where do we see the differences and the future path of where we're going? And then, how does it work? And that's really where the demo comes in so that you can actually give a real life example, put it in front of them, and have them see how it works rather than just hear about it. All right, I promise this is my most intense slide that I have, but I do think that this is really important. These are kind of pro tips as you're preparing your demo. So 1, start out building with a formula to show functionality. Problem, solution, outcome. ABCs, how do we get there? Lay that strong foundation, because when you do lay out a demo, you want to be able to show that formula to walk through how Agentforce or whatever you're demonstrating can get you to making a difference at your organization. Know your audience. Who are you working with? This is in the context of stakeholders. Who are your stakeholders? Are they solely from your leadership team? Because that might look different than if you have user stakeholders in the mix. They are going to want to know different things. They're going to have different questions about the functionality and how it applies to them. So be sure to understand who your audience is, who your stakeholders are, and what their different goals are. So that's going to help you find inspiration and be able to tackle head on what they're going to be interested in and the questions that they're going to have. Keep it simple. This one is really tough because we love to build in Salesforce. We want to go in, we want to create the most epic custom use case and solve for it. It's just who we are, it's what we do as admins. I can think back to when I was an admin for an organization, and I took it too far. I was creating this really specific custom use case. I thought I had it all planned out. I spent weeks on this gorgeous solution that I was going to demonstrate. I got to my leadership team, I presented it. I was expecting like a big old pat on the back. This is gonna be awesome. Let's launch it, let's deploy it right away. And I was focusing on the wrong things because I was focusing on a specific subset of users, and there were others that were gonna need this technology as well. So, my big lesson here was not only do I need to keep it simple because I had gone too far in the weeds and built out something completely custom that we were then going to adapt and change, which is just, you know, the natural process. We're going to iterate over things, we're going to refine, we're going to make them better. But I had also prioritized work on this specific use case, and that meant that my other responsibilities as an admin weren't being prioritized. So I was spread really thin and things didn't get addressed to the typical level that I needed them to. So keep it simple. My advice, especially with something like Agentforce, is to take a really broad use case. Demo standard actions at work. They're already there for you. You can very clearly give an example of what Agentforce is and how it works, and find that inspiration for your leadership team and your stakeholders. Or you can take something like our Build Your First Agent with Agentforce badge on Trailhead, which that is a real mouthful, and go ahead and use that. Build out your Coral Clouds example. Your company's probably not a luxury travel resort that's booking activities for people, but everyone can relate to that example. We've all been on vacation or would like to go on a vacation and can understand where that would be helpful, and that can gain understanding and inspiration as well. And a little bonus points for you there, you also are working towards your Agent Blazer champion badge then, or status on Trailhead, so a little extra incentive. Then, as you've presented this demo, this is the key part. You're gonna want to whiteboard together. So block off a solid amount of time. You're not just presenting a demo and leaving it. You are presenting a demo, you're saying, what does this mean to us, to our organization? And let's go ahead and get all those ideas down so that we can figure out exactly what our agent is going to do here. All right, so as you're doing this, you're gonna wanna compile use cases, and I love to use this kind of business impact over ease of implementation chart to organize them. It's a really simple way to put everything down, map it out, and figure out what those quick wins are, because that's where you're going to want to start. Our next phase that we're going to move into is actually building these out and creating a trial. And so these are the places that you're going to want to start because they're having large business impact. And there's also an ease of implementation because you're still familiarizing yourself with Agentforce and this technology. So you want to kind of have that ease and really find what's going to have the biggest impact. You might add in some low-hanging fruit, and then you can also roadmap out some of those big bets. All right, so now the fun part. We're gonna move into trial where you make this personal. You're gonna take those use cases, find what you selected, and actually put it to work in your Salesforce org and do the thing that we as admins love to do most, which is actually build this out. So there are a couple ways that you can get building with Agentforce, and a big one announced yesterday, which I will also get you a QR code for. You can continue to use Trailhead. You can continue to use those playground orgs. They're going to have Agentforce and the permissions set up for you. You can log on, you can continue to do that. If your organization has an Enterprise Unlimited or Einstein 1 edition, you can use Salesforce Foundations, which is this QR code that we have up here. This is something you can go into setup. Salesforce Foundations will be there. You can turn it on and go through the different setup steps, but it's going to give you access to a lot of different technologies as they become available to actually try them out within your own Salesforce instance, which is huge because you're then working with your data architecture and your structure. So that's really important. This QR code up here is more information about Salesforce Foundations. And then the third option is that you now have access to Agentforce with Developer Edition. So Developer Editions, these are yours to keep. You can continue to build in these. They have Agentforce and Data Cloud enabled now, and you just need to log in every 45 days to keep access. I was at breakfast with someone this morning and they were saying, can't I just create an agent to log in for me? And absolutely, why not? I think that was a joke in the keynote yesterday, too. All right. So how do we embed the agent in your business? Now that you're actually building, there are a couple things that you need to consider for a successful Agentforce implementation. You need to define the agent's role. So create a persona for your agents, and maybe you have multiple personas, multiple agents, and that is okay. Maybe you have a sales agent, you have a service agent, you have a different kind of care agent, you have an employee agent. Think of those different personas and what you're focusing on for this first use case. As you define those personas, you're also going to want to think about what those jobs to be done are for that particular agent. What is the role it is going to play at your organization? Then we move on to creating instructions, and you're going to want to write very clear instructions because these are what are used to run those specific topics in Agentforce. You're going to want to provide very clear guidelines about how you would like your agent to interact, whether it's interacting with your employees or with your customers. And then actions. We have standard actions available. Maybe you use some of them for your demo, maybe some of them are included in your various agents, but they only take you so far because they are standard, they're across the board, available out of the box for everybody to use, so they're designed for everybody. We want to get custom. What are the custom actions that your organization needs? And think through how you can use Flow, how can you use Prompt Builder, how can you use Apex to actually work with those for your unique needs. All right. So after you've actually built your agent, which I know we sped through that, we only have 20 minutes, and I feel like this group could talk about that for hours. We want to take this information back to the stakeholders because they're the ones who are going to be championing this technology alongside us, helping us raise excitement and helping really lift those adoption levels. So there's still a lot of important work to be done. All right, how are we deploying agents within the flow of work? This is something the stakeholders are going to help you think through as well, and it's probably something that will come up in that initial conversation. But this is a part where you think, hey, is this just happening on a community site, on a website, or on mobile? Are we deploying these agents in Slack? And are we doing this in Salesforce? Is there overlap, and how do we interact with each of these? So they can be surfaced in multiple locations, and it's really important to think this through and then be able to champion how you would use that in those various locations. And then thinking through the agent development lifecycle. So this is important because as we build agents, it's something we're going to continue to iterate through. We're not just building an agent and leaving it be, and it's never going to be updated or refined. It's something that we have this idea, we have configured, we build it. We test, which testing agents is a whole new thing because we're not just testing pass-fail anymore. We're actually testing different utterances and making sure that this is going to work in a variety of different locations. It's not just a yes-no. And then we move on to the actual deployment, and then we monitor, we observe, we keep an eye on what's happening, we collect user feedback, we hear from our customers, from our users, how is this behaving? And we are going to very soon have things like Interaction Explorer that are going to help us actually monitor those individual conversations. So that's going to be really helpful for admins as you continue to refine and iterate over these different agents. All right, and then this is a little bit of a teaser. This is something that it will be coming to you soon on salesforceadmins.com, helping you figure out where you are on your Agentforce journey. So we have 5 phases that we've identified, all the way from awareness up to adoption, and have different resources and things that you should be doing for each of these phases. So very shortly, you should be able to see this. I know that it's going to be launched soon. I don't have a date for you, but it's going to have different resources for each of these phases. So as you're going through this demo process and thinking about engaging your stakeholders, what should you be considering? What resources should you have read? What trailheads are going to help you along the way? Moving into interest in actually engaging those stakeholders. How are you going to get them on board besides this presentation? Going into trial, what do you need to be thinking about? You need to be thinking about clean data. We need to be thinking about how to make agents reliable in your organization. So the things that are going to help that happen. Into activation, getting support, making sure that you're doing what you need to deploy and then to go through that iteration process that we've talked about. And then adoption, how do you continue to adopt what's new, to continue to refine your agents, and to continue to up-level yourself. And then as you get into Agentforce, we do have a virtual hackathon that's coming up. Here is a QR code that you can sign up. It's coming up in, I believe it is in April through May. It's a 2-week experience that you can go through, build agents, and win up to $140,000 in prizes. So additional information with the QR code there. Thank you so much for coming today. If you have any questions, I'll be available on the side. And a big reminder that we are huge on feedback here at Salesforce. So I believe that there's still coffee being handed out. The first 800 Trailblazers that are able to provide feedback on the event will get a Starbucks gift card. But even if that's not available, I ask that you please fill out the feedback using the QR code or going to your Salesforce Events app, because that is what helps us put on events like this and make them better for you. We want to hear what sessions are valuable, what information helps you, so that we can know what to schedule in the future. Thank you so much.